Hey there. We are on page 74. Reading. 7F. Aaron Levie. I can understand an article about an unusual multimillionaire. Unusual. Yeah, he's a bit different. When you read it, you will see. Look at the photo. What type of company do you think Aaron Levie runs? Do you think Box is a good name for this kind of company? Box clever. Box. What kind of company is that? Read the first two paragraphs of the text and then find the answers to the question in exercise 1. Just read the first two. I will read actually. You can follow me. Aaron Levie loves to eat tinned spaghetti, drives a 6-year-old car, and has business meetings at a takeaway. He lives in an ordinary apartment. Doesn't take holidays, and at the age of 27 says his biggest luxury is his smartphone. Blah blah. However, as a co-founder of CEO of Box, a successful IT company, he is worth about $100 million, and he works very hard for his money. Most days he does not leave the office until after midnight. I work so many hours because I love what I do. I'm incredibly excited about the business, says Levie. In the second paragraph, when Levie and his childhood friend Dylan Smith started their company in 2005, they had not even finished their university degrees. Box grew fast because it offered a better way of storing data. And soon they had contracts with many of the biggest companies in the USA. Levie left university without finishing his course. Yeah, typical American style, like Zuckerberg. Yeah. So, what kind of company is that? IT company. Storage. Do you know that word? Let me check. Storing data. Look at that. Cloud. You know this type of actions in a smartphone. Storing data. You don't have to transfer your photos, your files to a computer like in the old days. If you have a cloud account, most iPhones have one, you can store all your data, photos, videos, files, PDFs. You can store there. You don't need to transfer all those data to the computer or to somewhere else. It's online storage. Depolama, bilgi depolama, cloud system. Box is like iCloud in iPhone. Okay. And is this a good name for this kind of company? What do you think? Box. And now, when you do a task with gapped sentence, yeah, look at the text, there are gaps here. There are totally 5 gaps in between sentences. Study the sentences after each gap and look for any connections with the missing sentence. Şimdi boşluk dolduracaksak eğer diyor ki, şimdi boşluktan sonraki sözcük senin boşluğa ne koyacağına karar verdirir. For example, if it begins with but, there is a contrast. Öyle değil mi? Other words suggest other types of connection. Similarity. To gibi, yani but gibi bir sözcük zıtlık, kontrast bildirirken. Ne demek? Yani boşluktan sonra cümle however ile başlamış. Bak ilk boşluğa hemen bakıyorum. However, but bir zıtlık var. Yani bu boşluğa gelecek cümle bize verilen cümlenin zıttı bir şey olacak. Okay. Cause, result. Sebep sonuç ilişkisi varsa so, bu yüzden. Tamam. A different option. Or ile başlıyorsa yine boşluk sonrası. Ya da dediğim. Demek boşlukta bir seçenek verecek ki arkasından ya da ile başka bir seçenek göstermiş olacak bize. Dolayısıyla diyor ki boşluklara cümle seçerken, şuradaki listedeki sözcük cümlelerden seçeceğiz. Seçerken Boşluktan sonraki cümlenin başladığı kelimeye bağlıca dikkat ediniz. Read the reading strategy, then look at the underlined words in the sentences after the gaps in the text. There are some underlined sentences. However, for the first one, for that reason. And where is number 2? Sometimes. He even slept there too. These are underlined words. But, and for the 5, otherwise. Look at the underlined words, okay? What kind of connection do they imply? Bu sözcükler nasıl bir bağlantı istiyor bizden? Contrast, zıtlık mı? Similarity, benzerlik mi? Cause and result, sebep sonuç mu ya da a different option? Az önce dedik however ve but bir zıtlık istiyor değil mi? Ancak, fakat diye devam eden önceki cümleyle ters düşer. For that reason nedir? Bu sebeple. Cause and result o zaman. Sometimes he even slept there too. Şurada too altı çizilmiş. İkinci boşluk için. Bununla bazen orada uyuyordu bile hatta. Orada uyuyordu da. Similarity, benzerlik olabilir. Boşluğa yine bir şey gelecek. Hatta orada uyuyordu da. Benzerlik. Peki. Otherwise var. Nedir? Aksi takdirde, yoksa demek. O zaman da different opinion istemez mi 5. boşluktaki cümle ilişkisi? Bakalım. Yeah, however, contrast. Zıtlık dedik. To, similarity, that's true. For that reason, cause and result, and otherwise a different option. And now read the text. I'm not going to start the script at first, because, there are some gaps. At first, please try to fill in the gaps with these sentences. There are 2 extra, of course. There are 5 gaps, but 7 sentences here. Try to fill in the gaps with these sentences. You can pause the video here, and then we will listen and check your answers. And are you ready to listen to the whole text?
Box clever. Aaron Levie loves to eat tin spaghetti, drives a 6-year-old car, and has business meetings at a takeaway. He lives in an ordinary apartment, doesn't take holidays, and at the age of 27, says his biggest luxury is his smartphone. If you met him, you probably wouldn't realize that he is a multi-millionaire. However, as co-founder and CEO of Box, a successful IT company, he is worth about $100 million.
So for the first blank, what sentence do you need? For the first blank, F, right? If you met him, you probably wouldn't realize that he's a multimillionaire. Neden böyle diyor? Çünkü ne yapıyormuş? Tint spagetti yiyormuş. Tint dediği burada yeni olabilir belki. Konserve spagetti yiyor. 6 yıllık bir araba sürüyor. Not a typical rich people style. Okay, let's go.
And he works very hard for his money. Most days, he does not leave the office until after midnight. I work so many hours because I love what I do. I'm incredibly excited about the business, says Levie. When Levie and his childhood friend, Dylan Smith, started their company in 2005, they had not even finished their university degrees. Box grew fast because it offered a better way of storing data, and soon they had contracts with many of the biggest companies in the USA. Levie left university without finishing his course. Like most new businesses, Box did not bring in much income at the start. Levie paid himself a salary of only $500 a month and lived off tin spaghetti and instant noodles. For 2.5 years, he spent nearly all his time at his office. Sometimes he even slept there too.
Alright, for the second blank. You need sentence D. For 2.5 years, he spent nearly all his time at his office. Şimdi similarity vardı, to vardı. 2,5 yıl yaklaşık tüm zamanını ofiste geçirdi. Hatta orada uyuyordu. Benzerlik için demiştik. To'nun varlığı bize benzerlik alakası kurduruyor. Sentence D is good for this blank. Go, let's go.
When Box began, Levie and Smith looked for funding. Back in 2005, cloud storage was quite a new idea. For that reason, nobody wanted to risk lending them money.
Bu sebeple diye başlayan bir cümle var. Öncesinde hangi sebeple gelmesi lazım değil mi? Çünkü bu sebeple kimse parasını ödünç vermemiş onlara. Why? Back in 2005, cloud storage was quite a new idea. Çünkü yeni bir fikirdi bu işte bulut depolama sistemi. So that's why, for that reason, nobody wanted to risk lending them money. A.
They wrote letter after letter but could not find any investors. Eventually, a well-known entrepreneur called Mark Cuban agreed to put money into Box. Once he had decided to do that, others followed, and the business grew quickly. That was 8 years ago. Now, Box has grown a lot, and so have its profits, making Levie a multi-millionaire. Most people his age would lead an extravagant lifestyle if they had so much money. But Levie says that it doesn't interest him.
But Levie says, fakat diyor ki, fakat kontrast bir cümle lazım bu cümleyle. Most people his age would lead an extravagant lifestyle. Extravagant. Ne bu? Savruk. İşte müsrif bir hayat tarzı diyor. Extravagant lifestyle. Bol malzemeli pizza için de extravagant deniyordu. Domino's'ta mı vardı? Extravagant, müsrif, tutumsuz gibi bir anlam. If they had so much money. Gene burada unreal bir durum yaratmış. Pek çok insan böyle bir hayat tarzı yürütürdü. Böyle parası olsa. Zıtlık geldi. But Levie says it doesn't interest him. Mütevazi multimilyonerimiz böyle diyormuş. And let's finish.
I'm certainly not into money. I don't live in the office. Now I have an apartment 6 minutes drive away. But there is no enormous house up in the hills. He only goes to expensive restaurants if an important customer wants to eat there. Otherwise, he has lunch meetings in burger bars.
Yani yoksa aksi takdirde o zaman ilk cümleyle biraz a different option, farklı, zıt tam olarak tam zıt değil de farklı bir seçenek sunmuş olacak. Diyor ki he only goes to expensive restaurants if an important customer wants to eat there. Sadece isterse gider müşteri. Yoksa he has lunch meetings in burger bars
And I still really like tinned spaghetti. I'd be happy if I had it every day.
Evet, bayılıyorlar Amerikalılar bu konserve işine. Okay, here is the key. F, D, A, E, and C. B and G are extra. And now, are these sentences true or false? Aaron Levie lives in a luxury apartment. Luxury. Does he? No. Levie doesn't mind working long hours because he's really enthusiastic about the work. Is he? Saatlerce çalışıyormuş değil mi? Enthusiastic. Bu bir yerlerde geçmişti sanki. Coşkulu. Enthusiastic. Yeah, that's true. Levie was a student when he co-founded the company Box. Arkadaşı Dylan'la. Co-founded dediği ortak kurdukları. Common'ın co'su bu. Found, kurmak. Gene bu nerede geçti? Establish, found. Ünitelerin birinde geçtim. Hani fiilin ikinci hali gibi ama burada birinci hali ve düzenli. Öğrenciydi ve işte aynı Facebook Zuckerberg örneğinde olduğu gibi okulu bırakmışlar. So that's true. Mark Cuban was the first businessman to invest in box. Hiç bulamamışlardı. Şimdi yabancı kelimeler var. Onları çalışacağız zaten. Invest, yatırım yapmak. İlk bu adam yaptı değil mi? Daha sonra büyüdüler. Başkaları da yatırım yapınca. Büyüdü şirket. O zaman that's true again. And the last one. Since he became rich and successful, Levie's lifestyle has not changed very much. Evet, az önce dedim. Çok da öyle lüks, müsrif bir hayat sürmüyor. Pek çok insanın aksine, hani böylesine kazanan pek çok insanın aksine. So that's true again. Now vocab part. Let's study these words. Tin dedik. Tint, spaghetti. Konserve. Tin teneke demek zaten. Tenekelenmiş dediği burada sıfat hali, o zaman konserve gibi. Extravagant dedik. Müsrif, savurgan. Income var. Yine highlight edilen sözcüklerden. Kitaptan takip et. Highlight edilen sözcükler var orada. Income. Gelir. Gelir, giderdeki hani şirketin geliri. Aylık gelirim. Salary. Maaş. Maaş. Entrepreneur. Girişimci. Mark Cuban vardı ya. Mark Cuban investor'dı, yatırımcı, özür diliyorum. Investor, yatırımcı, invest, yatırım yapmak, investor, yatırımcı. Entrepreneur, Aaron'ın kendisi entrepreneur, girişimci, bir işte işletme başlatan. Funding, para, fon. Profit, kazanmaya başlayınca ne elde edersiniz? Kar, profit. Contract, similar in Turkish. Kontrat, ne yani? Sözleşme. Yine parayla ilgili sözcükler. O zaman, can you fill in the gaps with these highlighted words? Money received by a business or a person. Income. Elde edilen para. Gelir. Money you receive every month for your work. Salary. Her ay aldığın para. Maaş. A business person who takes risks. Evet, risk alan iş adamı. Girişimci. Entrepreneur. Money that a business or a person needs for a particular purpose. Fon. Özellikle bir amaç için şirketin ya da kişilerin ihtiyaç duyduğu para. Fon. The money a business makes after paying its expenses. Expense, masraflarını ödedikten sonra şirketin kazandığı kar o halde. Profits. The person in charge of a large company. CEO diyoruz ya Türkçe'de. İngilizce'de CEO. CEO. Chief Executive of the Office of Organization mıydı açılımı? Evet, büyük şirketin sorumluluğunda olan kişi. Yani formal agreement, anlaşma, sözleşme dedik, contracts and people who support a business by lending it money, Mark Cuban gibi, investor dedik, yatırımcı. Okay. Evet, biraz Aaron Levie mütevazi bir hayat tarzı sürüyormuş kazandığı onca paraya rağmen. And here are the questions for you. If you were a multimillionaire, imagine that. If you were a multimillionaire, would you eat in burger bars? Would you live in a big house? Would you work very long hours? Would you go on expensive holidays? What would you do if you were a multimillionaire? Would you lead an extravagant life or would you lead your lifestyle as usual? You can answer these questions. That's the end of the reading page. See you later. Bye bye.